Listen, stranger, didn't you get the idea? We don't like to see bad boys like you in town.
With the Louisiana Purchase in 1803, a century of American westward expansion had begun. For many, this was a period of excitement, a time of exploration and the spread of the American ideology. This was America's destiny, its manifest destiny. However, this destiny wasn't so positive for many. This period, categorized by violent takeover and decimation of American nature and its indigenous people, would persist up until the start of the 20th century. Its stain on American culture would last even longer, up until present day and later. All of this devastation can be traced back to an ideal that persists in the American psyche to this day: rugged individualism. The area of westward expansion and the idea of manifest destiny spawned a culture of rugged individualism that persists to this day.
The concept of the frontier formed American ideology throughout its early years, starting in 1803 with the Louisiana Purchase, and lasting all the way to Frederick Jackson Turner's theory in 1890. The vast, open, lawless lands of the frontier became entrenched into the very attitude of many Americans. It acted as a safety net for thousands. If one could not make it in the East, they could move west and restart with a new name and new chances. This safety net allowed for Americans to try new businesses and ideas, and helped lead to early economic growth, because there was basically no fear of failure. The frontier made the American dream possible by allowing plenty of land for anyone to settle. Culture began to form around this dream, further increasing America's role as the land of opportunity, and made America an attractive place to immigrate to. Frontier towns would pop up quickly with little to no oversight, leading to an attitude of every man for himself and a little bit of lawlessness. Clashes with the Native Americans heightened senses on the frontier. These three circumstances led to a change in culture that became very rugged. Americans spent their time trying to be individualists, worrying about their successes, and doing what they could to get by. There became a spirit of innovation within the American people. This spirit would persist in the American identity, even once the frontier began running out.
Once Americans realized that the frontier was closing, people went into a panic. In the past, Americans were used to having plenty of free land, and the loss of this land did not mean the loss of individualist American culture. However, this rugged individualism contrasted with the quickly rising American population. As America grew in racial and cultural diversity, rugged individualist Americans grew more concerned with protecting their culture, and as a result, the culture they were protecting turned against outsiders. Now that there was nowhere left to expand to, Americans found themselves aggressively defending the land they had left. After colonization, the great period of American expansion had come to a close. However, the American in-group bias cultivated by individualism and manifest destiny continues to persist in society today, through a glorification of the American identity. One way the American individualist identity persists to this day is in popular media. The once popular Western genre was entirely based on the mythological idolization of the cowboy, the idea of a fully independent, heroic individual battling the dangers of the frontier. However, even after the death of the Western film, similar ideas persist in the media today. To this day, we tell stories of loners, heroic individuals traveling to a dangerous location, battling evil, and freeing this location of tyranny, sometimes even claiming it as their own. This idea of manifest destiny persists in our culture to this day.
Additionally, manifest destiny and individualism impact modern American political views, especially in the South, where the frontier once thrived. This individualism has led to a powerful desire for self-sufficiency. This causes a sentiment against more socialist ideas. Additionally, the idea of Anglo-Saxon superiority popularized through manifest destiny may be the root cause of some alt-right fascist sentiments, which persist to this day. Events like the Charleston rally are evidence that the darker side of Western expansion persists in the depths of American culture to this day. When Frederick Jackson Turner first wrote his frontier thesis, it is unlikely he was fully aware of the impact he would have. The fear and panic spurred on by the loss of the frontier is something America never truly recovered from, and still attempts to grasp onto to this day. Western expansion was the very base of our culture, and without the individualism it spawned, America as a whole would surely be an entirely different nation.